famous question, what's the purpose of life? When we actually look at one psalm and one verse within one psalm, we can understand at least one answer, which is not the only one. And that is like this, Psalm 139. The general subject of the psalm is that King David is praising God that he is found everywhere, in every single place in the world, in every single situation in the world, within every single person in the world. And he goes through a whole list of different situations. You know my thoughts. You know when I was born. You knew me before I was born. You know my soul. You know my inners, and so on. He goes on. Even in the darkest places in the world, I can find you, you'll find me, and so on. In verse 16, he brings a very interesting idea that can help us to understand what's the purpose of life in general, according to the Judaism, the Jewish thought. And he says in Hebrew, Yomim Yutzaru V'lo Echad Ba'em. The literal translation and simple explanation is, days were formed, Yomim Yutzaru, days were formed, V'lo Echad Ba'em. And for him, for God, is one. All of these stories that we have, all the creation itself, the history of the whole humankind, for him is like one thing. Lo Echad Ba'em. This is just one day. It's a very simple thing for him. He knows everything and he's found everywhere, and so on, as we explained before. However, when we look a little bit deeper into this verse, which is actually a part of a verse, we find the very purpose why God created us. And it was not enough with angels, with other creatures. No, he wanted human beings. And he gave free will for human beings to behave in a very specific way according to his will for one reason. And what's the reason? He says like this. Let's go again for the psalm. Yami Butsaru. You formed days. You gave me life to each one of us. Of course, King David is talking about himself, but he actually wrote the psalms for every single human being in the world. So Yamim Yutzaru, you formed days for me. You gave me life and days in my life. Veloi, and for me, what's the purpose you gave me life? Echot Bahem. I have to bring down and reveal the one in them in those days. That means God is the quote unquote the one, the only one, the greatest one, and so on. Unique, unity, and so on. The point is that the purpose why God gives me each one of the days he gives me, when I wake up in the morning, what should I be asking myself? How can I reveal the oneness of God in the world today? And tomorrow, you know what the question is going to be? How can I reveal the oneness of God today? And so on. And the oneness of God, not just within myself, within my thoughts, within my heart, my feelings, no. Within the whole creation, Yamim Yutzaru, God created days for me and for every single human being to live upon the earth. Why? Loi, my purpose is Echod, to take the oneness of God, Bahem, and inject it in those days and in the whole world.